Do good, and good will come back to you with this thought. A very fresh good morning to all. I hope you have understood the previous videos now. But before going further, let me remind you one more time. Please do like, subscribe my channel, and if any query, please write down in comment box so that I will resolve your problems. Now, a little progress each day adds up to a big result. Now, this is the thought, which means we should revise our subjects on daily basis. Then only we will be getting our results. So with this thought, let us revise the topic known as evaporation. We know very well when liquid is exposed to air, some portion of it turns into vapors and mixes with air. Now, therefore, we can say that liquid turns into vapors, or you can say that it is evaporated. So, we can define evaporation as the process in which liquid changes into vapors even below the boiling point. It can take place at any temperature. There is no fixed temperature for the process of evaporation. For example, like in these summer days, whenever we keep wet clothes, it dries very quickly, and this is only due to the process of evaporation. Actually, what happens in evaporation? Some particles of liquids are having more kinetic energy than the rest of the particles. Even below the boiling point, they get enough energy to break the bond, or you can say that the force of attraction between the particles, and they can easily escape from the surface of the liquid and forms vapors. Now, afterwards we have discussed the difference between evaporation and boiling. Let us take it one more time. Boiling occurs at fixed point, fixed temperature, which is known as boiling point. On the other hand, evaporation takes place at any temperature. Boiling is very quick process as it includes all the molecules. But evaporation is a slow process as the molecules which are present on the surface of the liquid are only involved. There is a formation of bubbles during the process of boiling, but there are no formation of bubbles. Temperature remains constant during boiling, but during evaporation it changes. There are some factors on which the rate of evaporation depends. Basically, we have discussed four factors: temperature, surface area, humidity, and wind speed. Let us take one by one in detail.
Factors affect the rate of evaporation on temperature. The rate of vaporization increases with increase in temperature. Let us explain with the help of activity. Take two containers having same sizes. Fill the same amount of water in both the containers. Insert the thermometer in both the containers. Note its temperature. Place this one in the sunny day and the other in the dark place. Note its temperature and observe the water level in both containers. We observed that the water level decreases in the container kept in the sunny day, while the level of water in the container placed in the dark place remains the same. From this activity we conclude that the rate of vaporization increases with the increase in temperature. This is why the water evaporates faster in summers than in monsoons or winters. With an increase in temperature, kinetic energy of the particles also increases, and more particles are able to break through the force of attraction from other particles. Hence, they get converted into vapors.
You all have understood how the rate of evaporation depends on temperature. The next factor we are having surface area. As the surface area increases, more molecules are available on the surface of the liquid to evaporate by taking the heat energy from the surrounding.
Of surface area on evaporation. Take a glass and a plate. Pour equal amount of water in both. Put them out in the sun for an hour. Observe what happens. In which of the two does water evaporate faster? The water evaporates faster from the plate because plate has larger surface area than that of the glass.
Next factor, that is humidity, amount of water molecules present in the atmosphere. With the increase in humidity, the rate of evaporation decreases. The next factor is wind speed. With the increase in wind speed, the rate of evaporation also increases. Let us understand it better by upcoming video.
Factors affecting evaporation of liquids. 2. Several factors affect the rate of evaporation on liquids. Let us learn the factor of humidity on evaporation. But what exactly is humidity? The humidity is amount of water vapor present in the air. Humidity is high during rainy season. So, the air around us cannot hold more water than a definite amount of water at a given temperature. Then, the amount of water in air is high, the rate of evaporation decreases. That is why clothes dry up faster on a sunny day than on a wet or rainy day. This is because on a rainy day, the air is almost saturated with water vapor. So, it will not be able to accept any more water vapor. As a result, the evaporation of water from a wet cloth will be slower. Speed of wind. Wind plays another important role in factor affecting the rate of evaporation. The rate of evaporation is directly proportional to the speed of wind, which means if the speed of wind is high, then the rate of evaporation increases and vice versa. But do you know why? This is because when wind blows fast, the particle of water is moved away by wind and decrease in water vapor in their surrounding, thus increase the rate of evaporation. This is why when wet cloths are spread, the air near it gets saturated with water vapor. So, evaporation becomes slower, but with an increase in the speed of wind, the moist air is replaced by the dry wind. As a result, the evaporation is faster in dry wind or speed wind.
Now, the next we are having, whenever evaporation takes place from any surface, that surface becomes cool. How? Let us discuss the answer for this question. When a liquid evaporates from any surface, it takes the latent heat of vaporization from that surface, which in turn keeps the surface cool. Let us discuss some examples to prove the statement. We always prefer cotton clothes in summer days because they keep us cool and comfortable. But how? We are getting so much sweat in summer days, and we know very well cotton is a good absorber as well. So, the cotton cloth absorbs the sweat from our body, and when this sweat exposed to air, it starts evaporating by taking the latent heat of our body. And by losing the heat energy, our body becomes cool and we feel comfortable as well. We are having other example also, like if we put some drops of nail polish remover or acetone, or you can say that thinner on our palm feel cool because it loses its heat energy and gets cool, and molecules of nail polish remover or any other liquid gets evaporated. The next very common example we are having, we keep water in earthen pot in summer days so that it gets cool. How? We know very well that earthen pot has many small holes on its surface, and from these holes the water molecules are continuously moving out, and these water molecules which are seeping through these pores gets the latent heat from the surface of the pot as well as the water which is present inside the pot, which in turn makes the water cool which is kept inside the pot. I hope you have understood the factors and how does the evaporation causes cooling. But if you want to find out if water molecules are present in your air, so how will you do that? For this, we have discussed earlier one activity in which you have taken one glass in which you have poured ice cold water. Now, the water vapors which are present in our atmosphere, when they come in contact with ice chilled water in the glass, they start losing their heat energy and converting into liquid molecules again. This process is known as condensation, and we will be observing water droplets on the outer side of the glass. I hope you have understood all the topics which we have discussed. Thank you so much and have a nice day. And again, I'm telling you, if you have any problem, please write down in comment box so that I will resolve your problems.